Do we have a plan or?
No, I just thought we'd start a conversation and see how it goes.
Okay.
We're going to talk from our family room here in Virginia, Central Virginia. We started outside on the patio and then the sun came out. It got too warm. So we moved our setup inside and thought we might have some coffee and chat and talk and maybe even talk about Greek coffee. So I'm Holly Houston and this is my husband,
Hello.
Vasilis Geronomakis, and we live in Central Virginia. And but the other half of the family lives in Crete, Greece,
Yep.
and Greek coffee is different than American coffee. Can you tell us?
It's pretty different. It starts with the same material. It's whole coffee, but
Ground coffee, whole beans.
well, the whole beans are the same, uh, and then the roasted more or less the same way. And after that, things change. The way they change is the ground very fine, so it's like a very fine dust, unlike the American coffee that has to be held in the filter instead of going through it. So Greek coffee is very finely ground, and also how you prepare it is different. You have this very special kind of how would you call that?
Pot, little tiny pot
It's a little pot that
with a long handle.
Yeah,
But it's
that
called a vriki.
it's called briki
Vriki.
in Greek. And so you put the coffee in it, you put your sugar, because sugar has to be added
So you put it in
at that
before you
point.
brew the coffee.
Yeah, and then you put water and you boil it pretty much. You heat the water until it boils. There are different ways of doing it. You can like pull it from the flame and put it back on so it boils actually twice. And depending on the kind of coffee you like. Anyway, so that's what you do, and then you just put it in the little cups, Greek coffee cups.
Little tiny
Yeah,
Dimitas espresso cups.
same size, different shape, but yeah, exactly the same thing. And then you serve it usually with a nice glass of cold water. So there is, you drink a sip of the coffee and then some water, and that juxtaposition
Really?
makes a very nice contrast.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Didn't know that part.
Sometimes they put this, what do you call, spoon sweet in the water, which is usually vanilla flavor. So then you
And it's
have
sticky.
it's sticky. You put it in cold water, so the water takes that very pleasant flavor as well. So you have your coffee, you drink your water, and at the end you have a little bit of dessert, eating that from your spoon.
But you don't drink all of the coffee. That I know, right? You
Well,
don't drink to the
you
last
have,
drop.
yeah, you have. It takes time. No, I mean, you make that mistake one time. If you know what you're doing. If you don't, you may continue drinking it that way. But anyway, you make that mistake one time.
You
So
get the grounds
it's
in your mouth.
yeah. Oh, it's sort of like a cowboy coffee that they boil the whole thing in that
In a can or
whatever,
yeah.
and then you have to be careful not to drink the what residue
left.
is. Yeah, the
Is it different than
dredge
Turkish coffee,
is.
or are they basically the same?
Well, it's also a nationalistic thing. For many years, when I was young, they used to call it Turkish coffee,
Okay.
which is strange because they don't drink coffee in Turkey. They drink tea traditionally. I mean, if you go to Turkey, you can't find that kind of coffee, but it's not as widespread as in Greece by any means. So they
And the
all
Greeks call it Greek coffee,
the
right?
Greeks, there was
Now.
a movement after the 60s, 70s, and instead of calling it Turkish coffee, they start calling it Greek coffee. Actually, sometime there they try to pass the different terminology. They try to make Greeks call it Byzantine coffee.
Oh, okay. All right, that
But
didn't stick.
Greek coffee is what we call it. Like that's
Yeah.
how you ask for it. And actually, it's Arabic coffee. All coffee comes from Arabia, the southern part of the peninsula, and it's
Originally.
spread all over, Eastern
But now
Mediterranean.
Ethiopia and Costa Rica
Yeah,
and it's all over.
absolutely.
But
Ethiopia is like on the other side of the Red Sea, and it's spread there. And uh, I don't know. That's where it comes from. So Greek, Turkish, Arabic, it's all the same. In most Arabic countries, they put different things in it, like honeys and spices like that in the coffee. You never see that in Greece. But and I would love to try it. I haven't.
That would be interesting. I might
Yeah.
try that. I have tried Greek coffee a few times, but it is an acquired taste,
Yeah.
especially if you grew up with American coffee. I've seen your sister when she's visited us here making Greek coffee,
Well,
and I know
Maria
you
Stella,
and
right?
Maria Stella. You make it for Maria Stella when she visits, so because she prefers Greek coffee, even though she grew up in America, but she grew up with a Greek grandmother and mother, so
Yeah.
that's what they had at
So
home. So
I
it's a
have
taste.
this.
What do you prefer?
I don't prefer Greek coffee. When I do, I drink it in the women's way, which is a bigger cup, like
Oh,
close to the cup,
I didn't
not
know
as
there was a
big as
men's
that.
way and a women's way too.
There is
Okay.
actually women make it a little bit. I mean, the process is the same. The
Mm-hmm.
difference is it's more coffee and more water. So
Ah,
it's not only this tiny little cup, but usually
yeah, more like an
it's a
Americano.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes they even put some milk in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how my grandmother used to drink it. Grandmothers and my mother, the few times she would drink. No, well, my mother would drink it both ways, depending on. I have this memory, childhood memory
Mm-hmm.
with the coffee. That's how I learned. My grandmother taught me how to make coffee
Really?
when I was pretty much Rohan's age, like
Really?
5 years old or something like that, very young.
Rohan's our grandson.
Yeah. So she used to own a grocery store in Myrtos, which is right across the corner from Maria's store and the butcher store
I know
now.
where that is. Uh-huh.
Okay. So that she was running that store, which back then it was strange for a woman alone, but she was a very shrewd woman, very smart, and traveled all over the world also. Anyway, so she was running that little grocery store there, and I would go there all the time and spend time with her. She taught me so many useful things, like how to sweep the floor the proper way. But the coffee is
Uh-huh.
she taught me how to properly make Greek coffee.
Uh-huh.
And the funny thing I remember the process. I remember like the little tin box. They had a little tin box with a lid that would open, and in it there were two compartments, one for sugar and one for coffee. And one of the things that stuck with me, I guess, she told me, always spoon out the sugar first. Because you put the sugar, the whole sugar, there is no residue sugar on the spoon, and then you spoon the coffee,
Okay.
and you don't get the coffee dirty, right? Because the other way around,
Yeah, you
you
get the
always
sugar
get,
dirty. Yeah,
yeah.
true. Is this your mother's mother or your
That's
father's?
my father's
Father's mother.
mother, the one we have at this big picture, the family picture.
That's what.
Yeah, the one who used to live in where Platanos Taverna restaurant
And she
is
had
now.
3 sons and a daughter.
She had 4 sons and a daughter,
Four
but
sons
one
and
of
a
the
daughter.
sons passed away very young.
Okay, that's why.
Like as
Okay.
a teenager.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So and the other thing I remember from that lesson was the word she used for getting something dirty, which is a very peculiar word. Instead of lerono, which is like get something dirty in Greek, she said gariono, which I have to look it up at some point. Now I'm thinking about
Is that
it
Cretan
because
and?
it's definitely Cretan. It was that generation
Okay.
Cretan.
Okay.
And maybe very old people still remember it. I don't know how many people still remember that word. It's very interesting that I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is interesting. And maybe people would be interested in a demonstration of how to make Greek coffee. Maybe we can do that. I know we have the little cups and we have the little
Oh, yeah. Bricky.
bricky.
we
So,
definitely have the
oh, and I
material.
remember Tom bought a Breaky when he went
Right.
last October,
Uh-huh.
and we need to still teach him how to use it.
Right. Yeah, maybe we
He was
can
so
make a video.
fascinated by Greek
Right.
coffee when we were there that he bought all the setup, and everywhere we went, he wanted coffee and wanted to watch them make it. And
Yeah,
hmm
I mean, once in a while, it's a different flavor,
hmm
so it's
well,
very
and that's a way
nice.
to experience
Yeah.
another culture and through the taste and the sensations and the smell. When we go into places and you would
Hmm.
smell that they were making coffee,
Oh
and
yeah. I
yeah.
used to have in Heraklion, not in the village anymore, but later in Heraklion,
hmm
there was a coffee. How do you call it? Grinding, like
Yeah, grinder, coffee
yeah,
grinder.
coffee grinder right up the street, and that
Okay.
was right on the way I would take every morning and afternoon to go and return
And
from
we just
school.
smell it.
The whole neighborhood,
Yeah.
and
Okay,
my
so they
mother
were
would
roasting
send
it.
me
I bet they were
resting it and
and
yeah,
then grinding it,
grinding it.
and you could smell it.
Yep. Hmm.
I had the same sensation here in Charlottesville when we first moved here. There was a place, I can't remember the name of it. It was a coffee shop. It had been an institution on the downtown mall, and in the mornings, they would roast their
Hmm.
beans right there, and you could smell it
Oh
all
yeah.
over downtown. And I worked downtown when we first moved here
Hmm.
from Texas, and I was just
Yeah.
I don't think I really drank coffee until then, but it was just very alluring. I think I had done
Yeah.
tea mostly before we moved here. So interesting. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those very pleasurable senses that.
In
Mhm.
Greece, there were always little neighborhoods, although we used to live right the center of the city, so it was not like a traditional residential neighborhood, but still, it was still a little neighborhood there where we used to live.
Mhm.
So it was the coffee grinder right across the street.
Mhm.
Well, right across the street was the dreaded dentist, but close there was the bakery.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so you know how that
Mhm. Mhm.
whole street would smell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a sense. We've talked about this before. How different cities have different smells, and I
Oh,
I still remember my very first impression of Paris was the smell of coffee and bread. So,
right.
yeah, depends on that first
Hmm.
interaction because they
Yeah.
say that a lot of your history and memories are caught up in your sense of smell.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's interesting, and we're having coffee. And if this is a format that you're interested in, we'd like to know that. So please share in the comments and please subscribe to our channel if you're interested in hearing more conversations about Greece or Crete and specifically, or if you just like to know what it's like in a two culture relationship. I grew up in America, obviously, in Texas and Oklahoma, and he grew up in Crete and moved to America, what, 20 years? No, 15,
18
18
years
years ago.
ago.
So very American, and you're a citizen. Um, but you obviously have all of this culture and history and
Yeah, it's
and
hard.
knowledge, and it's fun to share that with people.
Yep. It's the kind of knowledge you only get after you live in a place for such a long time, but especially if you were born and grew up there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because even if, I mean, okay, I'll be in America for 20 years soon.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I don't have all that knowledge that you
Right.
accumulate.
That I take for granted.
Yeah, and there
Right.
is so much. I mean, there is so much you can learn from books, even movies. Very distorted from movies, I can tell you. Especially America is very distorted
Yeah.
in a bad way, not in a good way.
Oh,
And from TV shows and all that
right. Or
stuff.
even
But
history. Even reading history is distorted. It's
yeah,
perspectives
everywhere.
everywhere it is.
Yeah,
But
it's
you're
hard.
also a student of history, and
Yeah.
so you have that to share as well with people if they're interested in
Well, I
history.
always had a lot of interest in history because I think you can't help it, especially
Mm-hmm.
if you grew up in Crete, because there are all these layers of history that go back like 5,000 years, which 5,000 years ago, there are still artifacts, there are still ruins that are,
Being excavated.
that are just visible there everywhere you go. Obviously in museums, right?
Right, but
But
still
everywhere
everywhere.
you go, and that the best example for me is always Aptera, because it's a
Mm-hmm.
small, comparably compared to other locations, pretty much a small location where it's unbelievable that you have everything from all these 4,500 years of history that can be seen in that one
one small
location.
area.
Yeah,
An amphitheater, what is it? The water cisterns, I think.
yeah,
Cisterns.
and before that, there are Minoan ruins, like,
Underneath.
yeah, which is prehistory.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are classical Greek, which is beginning of history,
Mm-hmm.
and then Roman, Venetian, Ottoman, and World War II.
Right.
Like,
Oh, wow. All
yeah,
right there in
it's all
one
there.
acre, a couple
Yeah,
of acres.
Byzantine with the churches and everything very visible. Yeah,
And they allow you to walk through it.
yeah. And
at your
actually,
pace.
we haven't even saw everything there.
Yeah, we
Because
haven't.
there are like these trenches that were dug by New Zealanders and British and
Yeah,
Greek
during World War
soldiers,
II.
and then they were used by Germans in World War II,
Oh,
and
wow.
also, which we haven't seen, and also the Minoan ruins we haven't seen. It's on the other side.
We need
But
to do that.
yeah, but I mean that's the
But it's
newest
so rich
and the oldest. Well, the newest also is the naval base that's shared by
that you can
NATO
see
Americans
right
in
there.
Greek, which is right there,
And you can see it.
which
I mean,
I was
in your eye
stationed when I
view.
was in the Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's I mean that's everywhere. You immersed in this. In Mytos, which is like a very small place on the other side of the island, there are all the way Minoan ruins, and they're actually a very notable site from what scientists learned. If you go and see it now, it's not spectacular, but still very interesting. And Roman things and World War II things, so you grow there and everything is around you all the time, everywhere you go.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. And you take it for granted that there's all this ancient antiquity
Absolutely.
and all that history right there.
Yeah.
And then you come to America where
Absolutely. Yes.
very little evidence of the civilizations that came before.
Yep.